Welcome to episode 4 of the third season here at Hull. Welcome to the first video of the new year. Welcome to 2021. Let's make it slightly better than 2020, shall we? Not the best of year for many people, but do let me know in the comment section one thing that you're really happy that happened in 2020. Let me know your favourite memory from what for a lot of us has been a tough year, a rough year, and one that I'm sure we'd quite like to move on from. So as 2021 starts, let me know what your favourite thing from 2020 was, and let me know what you're most excited about moving forward into the new year. 2021 hopefully is going to be a great one for everybody. I really hope that you have a fantastic new year, and fingers crossed you can achieve all of the goals that you set for yourself this year. Is there any New Year's resolutions amongst you? I'm going to try and lose a little bit of weight. That's mine. I'm getting a little bit chubby-noid around the old tum-tum because of all the chocolates and the sweeties and stuff over Christmas. So definitely want to try and shed a few pounds, about half a stone to a stone or so, for my own health, etc. But if we could hit 2,021 likes for the first video of 2021, that'd be great. We start with a number of important games this season in this episode. We have a busy month, actually. Swansea, QPR, Derby, Coventry and Preston, including a game against MK Dons in the Cup. Now, ordinarily, you wouldn't think that's actually that difficult a month, but if you look at the league table and the way that everybody's been playing so far this year, 5th placed, Swansea. 6th placed, Derby. 7th placed, Coventry. 8th placed, Preston. 4 of our 5 league opponents today are right behind us in the league. Queen's Park Rangers not having the best of years, down in 16th, but everybody else this season, difficult. So we're going to start by playing Swansea. We'll sim QPR. Helps that it's at home as well. I'll play Derby, and then we'll sim the MK Dons game, and then decide which of the two at the time is probably going to be the more difficult and which is going to be, in theory, the more straightforward fixture, and then decide from there what to do between Coventry and Preston. But as I say, do drop the video a like if you're enjoying this save. Maybe we could hit 2021 for this first episode of the new year. Like I said, I do genuinely hope that you have a fantastic new year, and fingers crossed you can achieve everything that you would like to in the upcoming year, whether that be work-related, school-related, family-related, life-related. Just have a good year. Let's have a good episode as well. Here's Swansea's starting lineup. Stephen Bender in goal. They've got 5 at the back. New signing Benik Afobe up top alongside Andre Ayew, who wears the captain's armband, as they're a 5-2-1-2. Danda in that cam role with Matt Grimes and Cervantes in the other central midfield role. I've got, of course, new signing Conor Gallagher starting in central midfield for me today. Rather unfortunately, Sturgeon is on international duty, so he doesn't make his debut today, but Conor Gallagher does. And if he can hit the ground running the same way that Ivan Toney has, then we are really set up for a good season. Ivan Toney is currently the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league, so it's a new year with new signings. And hopefully, at the end of this season, it'll be in a new league as well, as we aim to get promotion to the Premier League. That's the plan, that's the aim, that's my first goal of 2021, is to get Hull City back to the Premier League. Let's see if we can do it. Andre Ayew again. They are obviously in at right back for the currently injured Joshua Emmanuel, who's broken his toe and is out for 8 weeks. There was a week between the last fixture and this one, or when he got that injury and this fixture. So he should be back by the end of tomorrow's episode at the latest, I hope. It's the aim anyway. But Bayar is certainly good enough to be able to fill those boots for a short period. Could even maybe throw Fleming in there on the right hand side, because he's been so good at left back throughout the course of this save so far. But McLaughlin, couldn't quite do what he needed to in defence there. And thankfully, George Long did do what he needed to do in goal. Really cheeky little lofted attempted finish. Charlie Barnett played in here, shrugs off one, but doesn't get fortunate enough to shrug off the second. West Brom take the lead. Diangana gives them a 1-0 advantage over Reading, but thankfully Swansea don't have a 1-0 advantage over us. No matter how much we do with improving the outfield side, we would be nowhere without George Long. Reece Burke's pretty good too in defence. Corner for Swansea. Matt Grimes to deliver on that far side as the half hour ticks up. And George Long makes the save. We'd be nowhere without George Long. Doherty. It's Conor Gallagher. his first touch, actually, in the game so far. It's taken half an hour to arrive. Ivan Toney. Oh, Charlie Barnett's made a good run. Can Toney find him? No, he can't, unfortunately. Grimes forward to Benikofobi. Narrowing up my defence here. I'm hoping it doesn't cost me on that far side. Although, actually, there's more movement on this near side as well. Doidge is in behind. And onside, that's a lovely ball. And it's 1-0 to Swansea. Perfectly placed for Andre Ayew away from Reece Burke. So that the Ghanaian could nod home. Swansea City want to get themselves back to the Premier League as well. Lovely ball swept out wide by Benikofobi. Great touch and ball in. And Andre Ayew was positioned perfectly and positioned his shots beautifully well too. As much as we rely on George Long, he can't save everything. 1-0 to the Swans. Bennett lofts that forward, but only as far as Doherty, and Barnett finds Ivan Toney. And Barnett's there and quickly across to Malik Wilks. Surely that 5-star weak foot will come in handy here. But driven wide of the post. Nice vision from Barnett to find him. And he struck it well enough. If anything, too well. Because flying across the face of goal goes the ball. And wide of the target. Up we go, please, Reece. Oh, towering above the Swansea man. But annoyingly, not able to find a teammate once he won the header. Grimes through the gap there. And Benikofobi will find Doidge again. It was how they found their first goal. Is it going to lead to their second, perhaps? Swansea have been really good in this game. We've not been bad. I just haven't had that final ball, and so many times that's what kills me off. We're so good in the build-up, but then when I need that final opportunity, that one pass, that one finish, looking at you, Malik Wilks, it's just not quite arrived for me when I've needed it. Andre Ayew, I tried to push him onto his left, and he just stayed there. Good save by George Long, though. Half an hour to go, and Grimes will deliver a powerful corner. One that's met beautifully by Latif Boudry, I think it was his name. But great technique. Just couldn't quite keep it down. Forward to Wilks. Doherty takes in his stride well. Barnett is there. Ivan Toney. He's kind of made the wrong run there, Toney. Give this to Conor Gallagher, though, that's arriving well. He's only got a 2-star week for those, so we'll try and get it back on his right. Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold on to it. Conor Gallagher with his first chance on goal as a Hull City player, nearly scoring a goal. Or inadvertently setting up one. Ah, Tony's touch was good. The turn was decent, but the acceleration didn't get him away from the defender. Cervantes, Danda, just ran offside there, the man that was with him. Good tackle by Callum Elder, but it's fallen free to a Swansea man. Cervantes through to Benikofobi. Nicely done by Elder. Quickly looking for Ivan Toney. I've got the support here from Barnett, and Greg Doherty's arriving at pace. And we'll find Barnett again. Good footwork from him. There's Ivan Toney. And look at Keane Lewis Potter breaking free. Keane Lewis Potter pulls the shot. Perhaps poor from me to make the decision to go for the first time effort. Oh, I put faith in him, but evidently it was the wrong call. Right, let's make a change, shall we? Let's bring Honeyman on for Doherty. Wallace is on his way back from injury. He only had the little plaster symbol next to him as we headed into the game. So why he's got the ambulance? Shame that he, in theory, shouldn't even be able to be. Yeah, like it should. He had the little plaster symbol next to him, so it let me put him in the starting squad, but now it won't let me bring him off the bench. That's a little odd. What changed? What they changed my mind? I don't know. As really anything else will make the difference at this stage. Maybe we bring Scott on up top for Ivan Toney, who hasn't quite been at it in this one. He did ask to play, James Scott, as well, so he's got 15 minutes to make an impact. And through that gap, beautifully played. Keane Lewis Potter in behind. Charlie Barnett in the middle if I can find him. Oh, still there, Charlie Barnett. And there's the equaliser. Well worked. Really well worked. We'll celebrate with Keane Lewis Potter if we can, which apparently, well, he's trying to, but okay, we'll celebrate with Malik Wilks instead. 1-1! 4 minutes added on by the ref, and that's a loose pass from Swansea. They might just have gifted us the chance to win this game. I'll look for James Scott. Just lays it back nicely. Now, where do we go with Gallagher here? I'll look for Barnett through that gap. Oh, it's overplayed, but he's kept it in at least. Malik Wilks. Here's George Honeyman. Look at the run on the far side. Keane Lewis Potter's found well, and he buries it! Oh, beautifully worked! A last gasp winner for Hull City! That's how you start the new year, with a bang! Hull City 2, Swansea City 1. Oh, a last-minute winner in the first game of 2021. The fans, quite rightly, going berserk. Yes! Thrilled with that. Keen Lewis Potter with a Jamie Shackleton moment of his own. Not quite at the same level, with quite so much on the line. Champions League for Leeds with Jamie Shackleton. Just 3 points at the Liberty Stadium for us. But still, what a way to start today's episode. For the wow, Coventry 4, Norwich 3. Norwich really having a poor start to the season. And for some reason, the board don't like me at the minute. I'm not really too sure why. We've had scout reports come back on a number of players now that I'm not going to buy. And I'll work harder, James. Don't worry, mate. You're still going to have the opportunity. I don't know why the board don't like me. I guess because they want the title and we're only third, maybe, as Brighton win again. Brighton win again. 7 from 7 for Brighton and Hove Albion so far this season. 7 from 7. Right then, QPR at home. Sturgeon is back. Gallagher is slightly tired, although he still should be fine to play. At home against QPR, we should, but we don't, end up winning the game. Tony gives us a 1-0 lead. Dyke scores a brace for QPR to get them back in it and then in front. And Lewis Potter scores the last goal of the game again. Although, unfortunately, we weren't able to find a third and a winner on this occasion. So a point against QPR. Thought that was going to be one of the easier games of the episode. Down to 4th, and the board still frustrated with me. Billy Chadwick. Lovely. Great. Really, really thrilled that you're now 60 rated, mate. Ivan Toney's up to 76, though, which is good news for us. We'll advance towards the end of the week now, and I think it was Derby next. Indeed, it was. Derby's starting lineup. David Marshall in goal for them. Very reliable goalkeeper. Andre Wisdom with a captain's armband. He's playing in midfield, I think he is. Andre Wisdom playing at CDM. Jack Marriott up top for them has scored just as many goals as Ivan Toney so far this season. They both have 6. The top goal scorer in the league has 8. So hoping that one of the two, and you can probably guess which one of the two, gets himself on the score sheet today to try and close the gap to the top goal scorer in the league. Hopefully our number 10 can outdo theirs. Wisdom out wide to Tom Lawrence. It's actually Tom Lawrence that's their number 10. Jack Marriott's their number 20, apparently. Never mind. It nearly was very poetic as an intro piece, wasn't it? Here's Bird. Cross to Mitchell Lawson. Has options. This, of course, is a debut for Sturgeon at centre-back now. First time he's started for me. First time he's played for me at all. Actually, no. He was in that sim game against QPR. Unfortunately, couldn't keep a clean sheet, conceding 2, but never mind. Bayard trying his hardest to win that back, doing well enough to force them backwards. But Derby starting off on the front foot here and attacking quite readily, quite freely. Sturgeon there trying to step in, couldn't do it. Reece Burke shows him how it's done. Gallagher has been changed to a centre mid now. He is just by default CM, not Cam now. But unfortunately, it didn't change his overall. Oh, look at Malik Wilkes on the far side. That's the ball to play. First touch, good enough. Oh, but the finish is not there again from Malik Wilkes. Missed one on his right foot in the first game, and he's hit that really poorly outside of his foot, and it's always moving away from goal, not towards it. That's poor from Malik. We expect better from him. Up we go. Oh, Sturgeon at least doing well enough. Oh, but then Andre Wisdom read that so well. I see the through ball that could be available there. Thankfully, Callum Elder's narrowed up, but he hasn't been able to get there. And Sibley takes advantage of that. The defence just opened up for them to play the ball through. And, well, lovely pass by Andre Wisdom. Callum Elder tried to get there, it leaned with his head and just couldn't. By which time, when he committed to that, I couldn't get close enough with anybody else. And, to be fair, swept home really nicely by Sibley. That's a lovely finish. That's what Malik Wilkes should have done at the other end. For the second game in a row, we go 1-0 down away from home to a team playing in white and black. Let's hope for a similar ending, shall we? Gallagher. Oh, Doherty even, not Gallagher. Oh, Tony, nice turn, nice ball. I tell you what, Charlie Barnett and Ivan Toney could be creating quite a good partnership here with this new formation. Charles Barnett might well be challenging for the Golden Boot himself this season, the way that he started off. Creeping up in the goals scored tally now that he's got goals in back-to-back games for us. Ivan Toney, of course, getting one in the simmed game, but Charles Barnett on the score sheet in both of today's played so far. And on the score sheet yesterday too, with a couple of goals. It's not going to be long before he's challenging those at the top of the goal-scoring table. Hopefully it won't be long before we're challenging those at the top of the league table. But we're going to have to stop conceding and start getting clean sheets, I think, if we're to consistently win games. If I keep conceding the way that I have been recently, even though, yes, it's only been 1 or 2, but still, it's not good enough getting draws, not victories. I'll knock this short here to Doherty, back to Malik Wilks. Please this time. No, a great save by David Marshall. Win that. Gallagher's done well. It's a good header. Ivan Toney short to Barnett. And Gallagher, oh, very nearly picking out a beautiful pass for Ivan Toney to set him through. Trying to get myself in front here against Derby. They are trying to get themselves back in front as well. Who's going to win out? And Ivan Toney, nice turn, but hasn't quite worked the space to find a shot for goal. Doherty through there nicely to Bayer. Take a touch and then whip a good ball in, which he has done. Malik Wilks is up, but Bielik will head it away. It will be 1-1 at half-time, but Bose, or will it? Or will it? Or will it? Yes, it will, but both sides desperately trying to get themselves a goal to go in front again. Bayer. Don't really know where to go there. Gallagher is free in the middle. Brings it down nicely enough. Barnett's through that gap. Trying to burst past the defender. I tell you what, he's doing really well. He's got a 5-star weak foot. I tried to turn back on his left just to make sure. Don't know why. I really should have shot on his right foot there. Can Ivan Toney win this header? He and Matt Miazga kind of jointly heading it behind for another corner. Doherty delivers again. Ivan Toney's up this time, and that is exactly what I hoped he could do from set pieces for us. With his physicality, his height, and his jumping stat, I was hoping he was basically going to be an upgrade on Josh McGuinness from Season 1. And so far, it seems to be that that is the case. Great leap, heading it down into the ground. The keeper tried his best, actually got his boot to it, I think. Diverting it just a little bit further away from the centre of the goal. But unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for Derby, it's in the back of the net. And as was the case in game number 1. Hull City 2, side playing at home in white and black, 1. I like this. Causing me some problems here. Respect trying to stick with him and deal with it. Does well. If we keep that in with Bayer, I probably should have just let it go for the corner, shouldn't I? Sibley scored their first goal. Might be involved in the move that leads to their next one. Here's Bird on the edge of the box. He might even be scoring the next one. He is. That didn't happen in the Swansea game. Although mainly because there wasn't enough time left in the fixture for them to do it. Considering we scored in the last second. Derby had a little bit longer. And they made use of it too. I thought the ball was going to go across there to Marriott, and it didn't. I drew two defenders across, and it left Sibley on his own. And another nice finish from the man. It's probably his first and second goals of the season. Yep, typically first and second goals of the season for Lewis Sibley. That is Derby level again. We'll just make the one change in midfield rather than completely change things up. See if Wallace can do the business. Andre Wisdom off for them. And Wayne Rooney coming on to carry the captain's armband for the last 8.5 minutes. If Wazza scores the winner, I'll be devastated. Although I'll be... No, not Sibley! Right. Hat-trick for Sibley. Hasn't scored in the opening 6 or 7 games of the season. And watch the Black Sea part for him there. All the black shirts just... And then he sliced it, if anything, into that left-hand side, the goal. But the keeper's just stood there. Could do nothing but just watch it. Louis Sibley scores all 3 as Derby County most probably win 3-2 at home against Hull. When we went 2-1 up, I certainly didn't think this was going to be the outcome. Wallace across to Doherty. There's still time, you know. There's still time, you know. Oh, Charlie. Needed you to get a foot to that to turn. Time's not going to happen. It's not going to work in my favour. Rooney over the top. Marriott brings it down. Let's not concede a fourth. No, ref! Oh, I just stolen it away. That was to be the moment. That was the breakaway chance to do it in the last minute again. Strike! Oh, imagine if they scored a fourth like that. Jozwiak. Oh, he's offside, but I'm not going to get the opportunity to do anything once I punt this long. Looking for Ivan Toney. or Charlie Barnett for that matter. Not going to get it to him. We're going to lose by 3-2 against Derby, and Sibley deserves that handshake and that match ball. Wonderful game for Louis Sibley, and he was the difference. It was a one-man game. Unfortunately, that one man was playing for them and not me. In a game of two sides that are looking for promotion with two strikers that are looking for the golden boot, it was one midfielder that scored a hat-trick. I believe the traditional word to say here is balls. Up next is the Carabao Cup game against MK Dons at home. Josh McGuinness actually came to me and asked if he could play in this game, so I've given him the start. Again, with the league game coming at the end of the week, rotating the 11, or 9 of the 11 at least, with Burke and Long the only remaining starting 2. So again, hopefully we can get a decent result in the Cup. And we do. George Honeyman with 2. And McGuinness on the score sheet. Fair play to him. He asked to play. He did. He made the difference. Got us underway with our first goal. Fair play to him. And he's thrilled with it too. Great job, my man. Thank you very much indeed. Ideally, you would have been sold 2 transfer windows ago, but nobody wants you apparently. Brighton keep winning! Brighton are doing an Aston Villa. They're just pissing off with the league title, apparently. Coventry next for us is Coventry and Preston. Now, which of the two looks more dangerous? Coventry is away, and they're 7th, and Preston are 11th, and that one's at home. So we'll go and play Coventry, and then we'll sim Preston midweek, and see if we can't get ourselves... We're only 4 points off the top 2. Maybe, with a couple of good games, we can get ourselves into the top 2. If West Brom would like to drop some points, that is. Which hopefully they will. Although I've got to win first. Coventry with Marco Moroshi in goal. Tyler Walker up top. Scored against us last time we played Coventry, I think. Gustavo Hamer in the midfield. Michael Rose at the back for them as well. Another 5 at the back in the Championship. I wonder if many teams in the Prem play 5-3-2. I don't think so. Or 5 at the back formations. Maybe it's just Arsenal and Wolves. Can't think of anyone else that plays a 5 back in the Prem. Arsenal always tend to play 5 back, don't they? 5-2-3, I think. Or at least they always used to. Anyway, let's go and beat Coventry, shall we? Please. Elder forward to Lewis Potter. Gallagher probably the signing so far that hasn't hit the ground running. But he's not really, I guess, in a position where he's going to immediately impact things. Or have too much of a direct influence on overall results. Callum Elder could have a direct influence here if he can find a teammate at the back post, and he does. And Greg Docherty's doing things from that central midfield role. So maybe we should expect a little bit more from Conor Gallagher. He's certainly been decent. He's not been bad by any stretch. I've just got to get used to playing with him, finding out what he's good at, what he's not good at. I didn't know Greg Docherty was good at heading, but he's done brilliantly there to rise up and head that back across goal into the side netting. And we lead by 1-0 at the Rico. That'll do very nicely. And he said Highfield Road. Can't remember the last time Coventry played at Highfield Road. Jeeps. That was years ago. Highfield Road. When did they leave there? Closed 30th of April 2005. Yep, showing your age there, Ches. It's been 15 years since Coventry played at Highfield. Come on, mate. Get in the right decade. Hyam. Over the top to Walker. O'Hare. Lofted. Bayard should win this header. Doesn't. Mason does brilliantly. And Gordon back to Tyler Walker. And Coventry are in for an equaliser here. And again, George Long. Oh, someone stayed down on the ground there. Is it Greg Docherty? I'm not sure. Can't quite see his number. I'm going to lift this to O'Hare. To Conor Gallagher. Ivan Toney will turn and look forward for Lewis Potter. It's Barnett. Lewis Potter going again. Look to slot him through. It's a lovely through ball. And he should bury this now, Lewis. Oh, he's gone with his left. I've tried to finesse that with his right foot. Angled him as such to finesse it with his right foot. And it's just awful techniques. He hit it so poorly with the wrong foot that he's actually fallen over. It was Greg Docherty picking up an injury there. Hopefully he's all right to carry on. It looked like an arm. I think he held an arm. I have to wait until he perhaps stands still and isn't moving, and they tend to just kind of grip onto the appendage that is in pain. Bayard on the overlap from right back. We'll just dink this looking for Malik Wilkes. It's actually Ivan Toney, and he's missed the target too. Somehow, it's still 1-0 here, thanks to George Long at one end and terrible finishing from us at the other. Cross to Gallagher. Elder. Right, come on then, Keane. Let's find a good run with a good ball at the end of it. It's part 1 and 2 done. Maybe could be involved in a goal. Doherty still on the field here. Oh, lovely run by Ivan Toney. Oh, and the save by Morosi. Very good indeed. All round from both teams. Well struck. And unfortunately, Malik Wilks' arsehole is in the way of what was a wonderful save. He's going to get to that first win, that Greg. He hasn't. He stayed down there. Oh no, he's getting back up again, but still, I think I'm going to take him off. Honeyman and Wallace. Well, Wallace is the man that has the better potential, so I'm going to bring him on, despite the fact that Honeyman has better stamina. We'll bring Rob Wallace on, the youngster, to try and hopefully grow with some extra first-team football. If Doherty is out injured for a little while, it will be the lower-rated Wallace that comes in for him, rather than George Honeyman, who will remain the rotation. I'm really intrigued to see how good Wallace could get, considering he has that potential to be special tag. I am slightly concerned that he's not going to get as much first-team football as perhaps he needs to fully maximise his potential, but unfortunately he's not good enough to get in the starting lineup. That's why we bought Conor Gallagher in the first place, because unfortunately Wallace just wasn't quite the player we needed to get us out of this division. Ivan Toney somehow bullied his way past the defender there. Don't ask me how he's done that. We'll take the goal though. 2-0, and that might be game done and dusted. I feel like I should apologise to Coventry there. That was a little bit fluky to get past the defender, but past him we got, and into the back of the net went the ball. 2-0! Walker flicks that on. O'Hare finds Luke Hyam pushing forward. Tyler Walker looking for Hyam again. He's in behind here. Oh, brilliant header. Brilliant header, but surely. He couldn't miss from there. 2-1. And a nervy few minutes coming up at the end of the half. This header from Hyam, completely unexpected. I was waiting for him to bring it down and try and do something with it. And he's just lofted the header over the top to the man that's on his own on the penalty spot. He couldn't really miss there, Badia. Coventry back in it. It should just be a case of holding on to possession for the final few minutes, but a little bit nervy now. That's a lovely ball down the line to Callum Elder. Might even end with a third goal, let alone just trying to hold on to our 2-1 lead. Knock that back with Elder. Nicely done. And into the path of Conor Gallagher. Hasn't yet scored a goal for Hull City, but he has now. Oh, that's the way to end. That's the way to end. We started the episode in the first played game with a last-minute goal that admittedly was to win it, whereas this is just extending the lead, but still, we'll take a last-minute goal. Conor Gallagher off the mark with his Hull City account. All round, every new signing playing really well. New signings, new year. Hopefully at the end of the season, new League 2. Hull 3, Coventry 1. And then with just this game against Preston to go and sim. And fingers crossed, we'll be up into the top. Oh, West Brom lost. West Brom lost. Fingers crossed we'll be up into the top 2. Although I think it was Bournemouth that was in between us. Bollocks it was. We won't be up into the top 2. How long is Greg Doherty out for? It's a bruised elbow. He's out for 5 days. That's manageable. That's manageable. That's not a problem. We can deal with that. I will actually go to the press conference quickly to give the players a bit of a boost. We'll deal with the situation. What? Why is that negative? How is we'll deal with the situation negative? That's ruined the confidence of the team. I was doing this to try and improve the confidence of the team. At least we've been able to get it up into happy. How is... I don't understand that. Anyway, we'll auto-replace it. Let's put a Delican in there. Why would you put a Delican? Honestly, I've got 2 centre mids on the bench, and it throws a Delican in. Baffling. Baffling. Never mind. Cartwright out, and we'll throw Andrew onto the bench. Right. Let's go and sim this game against Preston. Another 3 points in the league. Please, if you don't mind. Ivan Toney perhaps on the score sheet. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that. 3 shots for them, 3 goals. 4 shots for us, nothing. Okay. Please, someone stop Brighton from winning football matches. 10-0. 10-0-0. 10 games played, 10 games won. Scoring on average 2.3 goals a game and conceding half a goal a game. Oh, I don't... Preston, how have you gone and done that then? Right, so tomorrow's episode is Ipswich, Stoke, Brentford, Huddersfield and West Brom in the league. Well, that West Brom one's a big one. And Millwall away in the Cup. We somehow keep trundling along in the Carabao Cup, so maybe we'll get another opportunity to progress. But we're 4th in the table right now. I'm happy enough being 4th at this stage. Although, obviously, I'd like to get into that 2nd spot. And I think that 1st spot, we might as well just give up on. Winning the Championship is apparently impossible for a user because Aston Villa and Brighton, at least one team, if not two, as was the case with Leeds last season, just disappear and score over 100 points. And I'm not exactly the sort of FIFA player to score 100 points, am I? I'm not quite that good. Hopefully, though, we're good enough to get ourselves promoted. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Like I say, can we hit 2021? That'd be great. If it's already at 2021, don't hit like. Let's try and keep it at 2021. I don't know. Weird challenge. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll be live streaming tonight, so come and join me on the link in the description to the Twitch channel. Come and watch some Football Manager and just chill out for the evening. And I will see you tomorrow on YouTube for another episode of RTG. Bye-bye.